between the politician and the people they are serving. Such dialogue is important for a robust democracy. Democracy demands dissent. Equally as important, though, democracy demands that we treat truth as an imperative. And when truth becomes subverted, whether through money or coercion or the desire for power, so too do the flaws in the design reveal themselves. Opinion mutates into propaganda, stories turn into lies. Today, as is evident, not only here but around the globe, interest groups have found ways to exploit the system, ensuring that their narrative, their truth, is the one that engages more people. Even some public officials have taken to social media to peddle falsehoods. Who guards what comes out of the internet? Unlike the Fourth Estate, the traditional media, the internet does not provide for editorial checks and balances that can take those who spread misinformation into account. Fake news is divisive. It feeds our prejudices, our pain, our anger and fear, and the feeling that we have somehow been wrong. It polarizes society, divides democracy into camps when it should unite as one nation, conducting discourse with goodwill. Fake news is lying, and lying is wrong. If we are to survive as a nation, then we must remember such simple truths. Hindi tama ang magsinungaling, and the lying must stop. This is the challenge to us. This is beyond what is viral, ladies and gentlemen. This is the bigger picture we need to look into. And we welcome this public hearing on the proliferation of fake or misleading news and false information. Salamat.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair.
Senator
So
Soto.
is with the explanation of Senator Pangilinan, is he saying that because definitely we did not receive the email. If we received an email, I cannot sign an email. Were the other 16 senators sent email also to sign? So therefore, what he's saying is that the news is incorrect. The news that we refuse to sign is incorrect. Perhaps we were not able to sign, they did not make us sign, or what, for whatever reason, but it is not correct that we refused.
That is correct. Yes, I will.
I would want to hear that from the Senator Pangilinan. As long as he says that, then let's forget about it and let's go to the content of the fake news.
Perhaps, Senator
Madam-
Pangilinan, I know this is beyond our public information hearing, but just to clarify it as a context at the beginning.
Yes, that is correct.
Do you agree that the news is incorrect? They weren't aware of it? That's why they
No,
didn't
it is
sign
incorrect. It is incorrect to say that they refused to sign, because and that's why I said hindi ko na hawak yung ganung klaseng ano. Because we sent it on the email, and in the email we said if they wish to avail of or sponsor it, then we can send the resolution to them. But that doesn't mean they refused. I will confirm that. The media line saying that they refuse to sign is not accurate.
Thank you for the clarification,
Madam Chair.
Senator Kiko. So just to be clear, sinabi ni Senator Kiko na hindi tama ang lumabas na balita na yung 7 ay ayaw pumirma.
If I may just add, because
Gusto nilang pumirma siguro, di sa kanila. Opo.
immediately, ma'am, if I may add, I was asked by some members of the media through Facebook. And I said, in fairness to the 7, they can still actually, it has not been adopted, and therefore they can still associate themselves and co-author the measure, which is the practice in the Senate.
Madam Chair, just want to
Okay,
clarify.
Senator Manny.
Just want to clarify na hindi ako nakatanggap ng email. Pati si Coco, dalawa lang kami na hindi nakatanggap ng email about dyan sa resolution na yan. At mali yung sinasabi na in-email sa amin, hindi namin natanggap namin. Mali po yung lumalabas yun. Just clarification lang dahil damage has been done. Kahit nasabihin na pwede namang ihabol, tapos na. Lumabas na yung nasira na kami. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you for the manifestation, Senator Manny. I think Senator Cynthia would like to, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Cynthia.
Mr. Chairman, I want to make a manifestation also that I was not able to receive any email from Senator Pangilinan. So, I've asked all my staff, everyone, if they receive an email. There's no email. So we were not informed, we were not asked to sign, and we did not refuse to sign. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you for stating that for the record. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Senator Nancy Binay. Okay. So now we shall begin, and our other senators present here today have other hearings to attend. So we shall begin, actually in order of arrival. Senator Soto will ask his questions first. We have 10 minutes each, and then after which we have another round if we have enough time. But I would also like to hear, actually in this room, binubuo tayo ng napakaraming mga, well, sabihin na natin influencers, no? Between our Facebook pages alone, the senators, and then the ones that we have here, we have millions following us. So I hope that this will remain productive and also civil. We would like to begin with Senator Soto with his questions.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I wanted to start with the National Bureau of Investigation, but I know that we've already received a progress report, so I will not make the progress report public. We will probably ask them for data later on, or data on cybercrimes filed and cybercrime or libel filed or other crimes filed in the cybercrime division. We have the head of the digital forensic of the NBI and the chief of the we have the chief of the cybercrime division of NBI, Dr. Eduarte, and also. But yes. So before we start, Madam Chair, before I start with my first issue and question, maybe ask that all the resource persons take the oath or be administered the oath.
So, COMSEC, please administer the oath. Magsitayo po yung ating mga resource persons at taas ang kanang kamay.
Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in these proceedings? Thank you. Madam Chair, for the record, all the resource persons have affirmed their oath.
Thank you. Madam Chair, as I said, I wanted to really start with the NBI, but I will forego, and perhaps later on in my second round, if I'm given the chance, I will. Just for data purposes and for the committee. But let me start with Mr. Ray Joseph Nieto, because I have received a report from him, and the report I received is entitled "Here's the guy you're looking for." Senator Soto, here's the guy you're looking for. Sabi niya, Ray Joseph Nieto or RJ Nieto is the person behind the Thinking Pinoy, and he does not hide behind any other name. Is this correct, Mr. RJ Nieto?
Well,
Mr. Nieto?
Mr. Senator, I was actually anonymous until I came out in January 2017. Although the Liberal Party has known my real identity since as early as February 2016. So half anonymous, half not. But I decided to remain anonymous because I don't like fame. So yeah. But if somebody's gonna sue me, they could easily find out who I am.
No. Yes.
Actually, you know, I follow your blog, and you show your face there. Even if you go by a certain name, alam naman kung sino ka. So at least alam natin yun. Senators.
Right. I've been browsing through this report that I have received, and you apparently have uncovered many other websites. Do you call it a website or
Well,
a blog or?
actually, sir, ang problema po natin, yung mga karamihan po yung mga Facebook pages na mga anonymous na nagkakalat ng fake news. Kaya lang po yung mga Facebook pages na yon, meron po silang mga naka-tie up na websites. So sa akin, yung Facebook page ko po na Thinking Pinoy, may naka-tie up na website na thinkingpinoy.net. So yung pong Silent No More Philippines na Facebook page, may naka-tie up doon na silentnomoreph.com. Ngayon po, yung po doon sa binasa ninyo na article na Senator Soto, here's the guy you're looking for, I discovered po na yung mga websites ng Silent No More, ng Madam Claudia, and a lot of other websites share a similar characteristic na all those websites serve advertisements from a single account. Tapos po, I was able to find out who the account holder is. So yun po yung si Mr. Edward Angelo Dayao, na dati pong member ng Presidential Communications Operations Office under President Aquino. So, yun po.
He's the person behind the Silent No More. And how were you able to go about this? Because I kita ko sa report mo,
Opo.
you do a simple who's lookup.
Who is po yan?
Ah?
Ganito
Who
po,
is-
sir.
Who is lookup?
Who is po? Opo.
Nakahiwalay ito, which is basically shows the contact information of a website's registrant, administrator, and tech contacts.
Opo. Initially, kasi po ganito, una po lumitaw yung issue na yan nung hinahanap namin kung sino si Pinoy Ako Vlog. Kasi po matagal na kaming nilalabel niya nung kaibigan ko rin na vlogger na si Sas Rogando Sasot. Tapos po si Sas, nung ginamit po yung Who Is na utility, yun po yung online utility para i-check kung sino yung registrant, sino yung administrator, yung mga contact details po ng tao behind the website. Ngayon po, nung chinek po ni Sasot yan, lumitaw po yung pangalan ni Kokoy Dayao, Edward Angelo Dayao, his phone number, his address. All those information ay freely niya na binigay doon sa domain registrar. Doon po sa kung saan siya bumili nung domain name. Kaya lang po, nung nabisto, hinide na niya. Kaya lang po, too late na. So, given that lead po, hinanap namin kung may connection si Kokoy Dayao doon sa Silent No More. At yan na nga po yung lumitaw, doon po doon sa naging blog post ko po na pinublish po several days ago.
All right. Can you walk us through how do you do this? And I'm sure I would want the NBI to monitor, no?
Okay, step 1 po, ang una ko pong gagawin dyan, kukunin ko po yung Google AdSense Publisher ID. Madali lang
Google
pong
AdSense.
Google AdSense Publisher ID. Yun pong Google AdSense, yun po yung facility ng Google na nag-aalaw po na kumita yung mga web owners by serving advertisements in their website.
So kumikita itong mga ito.
Opo, kasi po kayo sa
Katulad itong
website
Silent
po.
No More, silentnomore.com na to.
Lahat po sir, yung pinaka-common po na paraan para kumita sa mga websites ay Google AdSense. So, ang chinek ko po dyan, yung publisher ID nung Silent No More PH. Tapos nakita ko nga po na yung publisher ID starts with 8 something. Check ko lang po Opo, it starts with, it shows a unique publisher ID. Tapos po, ang ginawa ko sir after that, chinek ko yung mga ibang websites na gumagamit ng same Google AdSense publisher ID. At lumitaw nga po na kamukha niya ng kamukha niya ng publisher ID yung sa propinoy.net at saka po yung sa madamclaudiaako.com. Alright.
Siya rin yan, yung Mr. Daya.
Ay, yun pong propinoy.net. So, chinek ko po kung sino yung kasi po ang ganito po yan Pag nalaman ko na pareho yung ads nila, ibig sabihin, iisa lang yung kumikita sa Silent No More at kumikita sa propinoy.net, iisang entity lang. It may be a person or a group of persons. Ngayon po, binackground check ko naman kung sino po yung may-ari ng propinoy.net. I found out po na dalawa po yung tao. Una, si Mr. Edward Angelo Dayao or ang nickname ay Kokoy, na dating tao ng Aquino era PCOO.
Kokoy Dayao.
At saka po yung pangalawa ay yung co-founder at saka po deputy editor si Miss Nina Terol Zialcita, na dati pong political communications head ni Senator Kiko Pangilinan. Dati rin pong political communications din ni Senator Bam Aquino. Sorry po, kinakabahan ako
You just...
Nag-head rin po siya ng elections po ng senatorial campaign ni Senator Bam Aquino noong 2013. Siya rin po yung nag-hold ng nag-communicate, nag-new media head rin po ng 2010 senatorial campaign ng LP. Siya rin po ang nag-editor po ng Tayo Magazine ng Tayo Foundation, isa pong award-giving body na finound rin ni Bam Aquino, ni Senator Bam Aquino. Dali lang po 1 minute, kinakabahan ako.
Okay lang. Maraming salamat. Kasi anyway, mentioning their affiliation does not necessarily implicate their principal.
Yes.
I mean, just to put things
So,
in perspective.
Hindi po, medyo starstruck po kasi. Kasi puro senador eh. Pero seriously po.
Binubola mo pa kami. Hindi ka na nasa
Totoo.
starstruck. Okay, go ahead.
Pero ano po ma'am, so basically po, ang napatunayan ko doon, so far dyan po sa unang article na yan, ay si Kokoy Dayaw, siya yung web administrator ng mga websites. He does not necessarily create the content. And besides, with the sheer number of websites that is under his name or is owned/controlled or controlled by him, I think po na meron pa po siyang team behind him creating the content.
So he's administrator.
Pero po may
You said
control
he
po siya sa lahat ng mga
doesn't necessarily create the content, gano'n? Of
Hindi
all
po
these-
necessarily.
How many websites does he operate?
Mahigit 20 po eh.
20 plus?
Opo. Mahigit 20 po. Pero po yung mga
Can you submit to us a list of all these...
I'm willing po to provide information if you're going to give me blanket immunity. Kasi po, I don't want to be held liable for the information that may be disclosed.
Well, I don't think you're committing any crime by giving us a list. But we can consider that later on, perhaps.
Well, I can give you a list of the information that is freely available online. Pero po, I
Na
accidentally...
hindi lang namin alam hanapin. At yung mga katulad mo ang nakakahanap.
Actually, alam pong hanapin ng mainstream media pero nagpapanggap sila na hindi nila nababasa yan. Kasi po sir, kasi po ang style ng Thinking Pinoy when I write articles, I write them in a way na po pwedeng gayahin nung nagbabasa kung paano ko dinerive yung information. So ngayon, if mainstream media has a grudge against Thinking Pinoy, it's okay. Okay lang sa akin. Pero kung ahas po kasi yan, tinuklaw na sila eh. Pero po for 5 days na, hindi walang nagpa-publish kahit isang outlet. So, yung pong problema kasi ng fake news, totoo na madami pong mga website na nanloloko ng tao. Pero po, kailangan din po ng mainstream media, yung pong mga nakaupo ngayon dito, ng konting introspection. Kasi po sometimes, the people resort to, they would rather believe fake news than real news. Kasi po minsan, yung real news, sobrang sabog, sobrang unbelievable din, at sobrang slanted. Kasi po, for example po, ito pong Vera Files, excuse me po, Ma'am Tordesillas. A few months ago, yun pong si Mr. Aznar, isang photojournalist sa Marawi, nag-post po ng video na Soldiers in Action. Ako po, as regular citizen, nagtaka ako, sabi ko, ba't ka nagpo-post ng ganyan? Kasi parang halos real time yung pagkaka-post mo, baka ma-endanger yung mga soldiers. Eh ngayon po, marami akong followers online, mga halos 700,000 po. Tapos, syempre yung mga followers ko, nabasa yon. Tapos nagalit sila kay Aznar. Oo nga, Aznar, ba't ganyan, ganyan? Tapos po, after that, nag-issue po, kinondemn po ako ng National Union of Journalists of the Philippines. Tapos po, after that, naglabas daw pa po ng fact check yung Vera Files about it. Ang basis po daw nila ay yung metadata nung mga pictures or whatever na nagsho-show kung kailan kinuha yung mga pictures. Kaya lang po, ang hindi ginawa ng Vera Files ay i-check yung iba pang mga files ni Aznar. Basically po, ang napakita ko nung nagsulat ako ng rebuttal sa Vera Files ay faulty yung mga timestamp dun sa mga files ni Aznar. So basically po, baseless po, pointless po yung ginawa nilang fact check. However, wala po ako narinig na reply or anything of that sort from Vera Files. So what I'm saying is this, yung kung ano man yung, hindi ko po alam kung ano yung kahihinatnan ng Senate investigation na to. Pero ang gusto ko lang po ipaglaban sana, i-legislate natin yung right of reply. Hindi po necessarily sa print, radio and broadcast, sa TV, kasi po meron pong space constraints yan eh. At yun din po dahil kung ba't hindi po masa yung FOI dati. Pero po at least dun sa social media, tsaka yung mga websites ng mga news agencies. Now for example, kung i-libel po uli ako ng Rappler.com, meron po akong space para mag-reply. Kasi po, sorry po rant na to, pero totoo kasi eh. Noong pong January, inaccuse kami ng Rappler.com na tumatanggap kami ng pera kay Secretary Martin Andanar. At ang source lang ng Rappler po ay isang anonymous source. Tapos po, ang sabi ako at saka si SAS, binibigyan ng pera. Ngayon po, tinanong ko yung Rappler, ba't hindi niyo ako in-interview? Ang sabi nila sa akin, hindi naman daw kasi kami importante doon sa storya, pero kami yung nilibel. So, so ang point po dito, sana po i-legislate yung right of reply. Yun lang po ang hinihingi ko. Kasi po, pag nag-legislate po tayo against fake news, baka po maging prior constraint, so maging unconstitutional. Pero at least po, right of reply lang po pinaglalaban ko.
Alam mo, tama, Senator Soto, mabilis lang, no? Pero tama yung sinabi mo, yung sa right of reply na ngayon may online tayo, hindi limited ang venue, yung space. So, maaari nga i-consider, Senator Soto.
Yes, all right. You mentioned a Nina Terol. Is this the same Nina Terol who's connected with Macan Erickson?
I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Senator, the Minority Leader, Senator Drilon, and of course, Senator Bam Aquino and Senator Zubiri. Thank you.
Is this the same Nina Terol of Macan
Yes,
Erickson?
yes. The same Nina Nitrol that was under Senator Bam Aquino from, I think, 2012 to 2014.
And then who is this SAS? Sinasabi mo yung-
SAS Rogando
Is also an
Sasot
administrator?
is... No, SAS Rogando Sasot is another blogger who's a close friend of mine. We work together on a lot of things.
Okay. Do you think the Google AdSense ID or account denotes ownership or of a website, or is it possible that the owner of the website be different from the owner or the one who owns the Google AdSense ID?
That is possible po. Kaya lang po,
That is possible,
I'm
but what is the
asking-
common thing?
I can answer that po in an executive session if you will grant me immunity kasi I don't want to break laws.
We'll
Because
consider
I have
that. We'll consider that later on after perhaps the rest of the hearing is done.
Opo.
We'll consider your request.
Pero disclaimer lang po, sir. Hindi ko po sinasabi na complicit si Nina Terol doon sa issue. All I'm saying is siya po yung
Just,
commonality.
the name just rang a bell when you
Apo.
mentioned it.
With the permission, Mr. Chair, Madam Chairperson, with the permission of Senator Soto, I just want to clarify,
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, just a quick clarification because he wants to go into executive session. Why is that?
I think he wants to go on executive session before he divulges certain individuals that are connected with certain websites or blogs.
Why does it
I-
have to be an executive session, ma'am? Maybe we clarify.
Well, I think he's just being cautious, and we can't blame the individual for being cautious. But
Mr.
maybe we
Chairman,
have a
I
lawyer
don't
here
think
to
he's being
explain.
cautious at all, Mr. Chairman. After all, he's been stating individuals who had worked here already. He mentioned my name already. So, nasan po yung caution doon? Baka
Well-
magandang ikwento na lang ho niya lahat ngayon.
Well-
Magkalabasan na, Mr. Chairman.
Hindi, alam mo, there's a way. Okay.
Wait, Madam Chair. He merely said some of the questions he would like to answer or give to my questions. He would rather give it in executive session. He's not asking for it, and I am not moving for it. So let's take it easy. Relax lang kayo. Huwag kayong masyadong hot.
Hindi, alam mo,
Wala
unang-una,
naman humihingi na executive session eh. Hindi pa ako tapos eh.
Senator Soto, perhaps, no, para lang para hindi masyadong kabahan si Mr. Nieto, itong mga pangalan naman na ito ay base sa yung pagsasaliksik. Di umano. Hindi mo pa naman sinasabi na sila talaga yon, di ba? Kaya nga tayo may pagdinig para maberipika. So, hindi yan libel, hindi yan naman paninira, kasi dapat nga magbukas tayo dito at sabihin natin. So,
At matuto tayo kung paano nabubuksan
Sige,
ito at
Senator Soto.
nakikita natin kung sino mga nasa likod nitong mga vlog na ito. Sapagkat nagtatago nga eh. O ito maganda because nakikita natin ngayon ito. Of course, the progress report of the NBI is another thing, and I will not insist that we divulge it now. But ito, mga informasyon na nakukuha natin, palagay ko malaki maitutulong sa committee. At tayo mismo, at ang inyong mga staff would be able to follow the style or the system that he is following so that we may be able to find out more, no? Like, to continue with Mr. Nieto, do you have a duly recognized organization? Yung,
Wala,
like yung National Union of Journalists, meron ba yung OKBP? Yung mga
Wala po. Kasi po
bloggers?
sir, ano lang yan eh. Facebook account ko lang yan na nag-vlog ako, tapos nag-viral na lang bigla. So, wala pong kaplano-plano yan eh.
Okay,
Yung
so,
pagiging- yung-
so again, for the record, no, para mas malinaw, dahil maraming informasyon ka nabigay kanina eh. How did you confirm that Mr. Dayaw or Kokoy Dayaw or whatever his first name is the editor-in-chief and chairman of ProPinoy.net?
Editor-in-chief and chairman of ProPinoy. Kasi po, marami po mga news article na nakiklaim na gano'n. Tapos bukod po doon, yung sarili po niyang LinkedIn account, yun po yung isang social network po na for pang professionals. Na sinasabi na yun po yung gano'n siya, editor-in-chief and co-founder ng ProPinoy.net.
And he is operating also more than 20 other websites.
The evidence suggests po na yes, he is operating around that many websites.
All right, thank you. Madam Chair, I'll continue later. Medyo, perhaps we can go to the other resource persons or they will continue with Mr. Nieto. I will do my second round later.
Yes, but Senator Soto, of course, you called for this hearing, also one of the ones that called for this hearing. We'll give you more time if you need. The next would be Senator Mig Zubiri is requesting that he delivers a statement. Perhaps you can ask Senator Pacquiao because he's next.
Okay lang, if that's all right, Senator Pacquiao, I'll just give an opening statement.
It's okay, Madam Chair.
It's not a prepared statement, it's just from the heart. I would like to just say that I was not told about this resolution being circulated by the senators. I know Senator Kiko Pangilinan approached my desk, I clearly remember that, but I was about to give a privileged speech about Acho Castillo on his death. And I said, let's talk after, and he never came back. We saw each other in the lounge. He never mentioned about the resolution. So I'd like to put it on record that if it was in front of me, as I mentioned in my statement in the Senate, I would have signed it. Because in all my official positions in the Senate, whether inside the Senate halls or even in the lounge, is we are against EJKs. As a matter of fact, I led another resolution signed by all members of the majority condemning all forms of EJKs, not just with minors, not just with the children, Your Honor, Madam Chair. I'd like to put that on record. And it's quite foul that whoever this fellow is in Silent No More would accuse the seven of us, because after that, I spoke to Senator Pacquiao, Senator Villar, and they were so upset that they were not approached. And we were not told. Usually our staff, usually our COS, Chiefs of Staff, would discuss it among themselves if there's an important minority, majority, all-member resolution. This time, we were not told. So, I don't want to impute any malice on the members of the Senate who pushed for that, but what intrigues me, Madam Chairman, is how it was published, how it was treated after to the media, to the online sites. And therefore, I'd like to condemn that in strongest terms, and hopefully after the end of this meeting, we can come up with a conclusion on who's at fault and what we could do about it. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Madam Chairman.
Thank
Chairperson,
you.
Just very quickly,
Okay,
because
Senator Pacquiao, would you allow
Just-
Senator Pangilinan a few
very,
words?
very briefly, Madam Chairperson. Senator Zubiri himself said that I approached him. So if I had wanted to hide it from him or not have him sign it, why would I have approached him? I think we should be able to distinguish between the impact that it had because of social media and what we were doing prior to it coming out of social media. I approached him, yes, I will confirm that he said, I am just going to deliver a privileged speech and therefore we can talk about it later. And therefore, I said, yes, okay. But if my intention was to hide it from him, why would I have approached him in the first place? I did not go back to him, that is correct. And because I had to leave, but my instructions to my staff was that those who have not signed, let us go to their offices and seek their support if they're interested to, or if they wish to associate themselves from the resolution. I just wanted that clarified, Madam Chairperson.
Senator Pacquiao, your questions?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Wala dito yung tao na gusto kong tanungin sa harapan eh. But before that, Madam Chair, I move that we're going to invite Kokoy Dayaw in the next
Senator
hearing.
Manny, we did invite him, but there's no response from him. It's so ironic that his blog is silent no more when he's so silent now. We will probably issue a subpoena if we have another hearing.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Sa PCO, napakalaki ng rule ng PCO para sa labanan ng fake news. Anong gusto kong malaman kung anong action ang gagawin ninyo dito sa mga fake news na lumalabas. Paano nyo ipahinto ito at paano natin mahuli yung mga gumagawa nito?
Good morning, Madam Chair. Good morning, Your Honors. If I may, I'd like to read the brief statement that I prepared for this committee hearing. But first, I'd like to relay the apologies of our Secretary, Martin Landanar, for not being able to attend because of a prior engagement.